you guys, so let's talk about Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back, aka Episode 5, aka Star Wars 2. Let's talk about The Empire Strikes Back. The Empire Strikes Back, when this movie starts, we see the Rebel Alliance and Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, everybody on the planet Hoth. And they're hiding out from the Empire, who are pissed. Which, naturally, I could see that. The Empire, you know, they had their space station blown up, and a lot of their co-workers died and shit, and they're not happy. And the Empire is on the hunt for these rebel scum, and Darth Vader specifically is on the hunt for Luke Skywalker. And towards the beginning of the movie, we see the Force Ghost of Ben Kenobi, Obi-Wan Kenobi, instructing Luke that he must go to the Dagobah system to train under the mysterious Master Yoda. I say mysterious because we haven't met Yoda at this point yet. Yes, that's right, the prequels weren't out when this movie came out. So, but while all that's going on, Han, Luke, Chewie, C-3PO have to go on this quest and hide out from the Empire. Stay safe. They decide to go to Cloud City where we meet Lando Calrissian while Luke is training on Dagobah with Yoda. And Empire Strikes Back, by far, best of the Star Wars movies, my personal favorite. 99% of people will agree with me. There are a few out there who doesn't rank Empire as the number one, but to me it is the best one. It's a lot darker, the characters are a lot better. Let's talk about some of the characters. Luke. In the first one, he was kind of the whiny teenager. In this one, he's more mature. He's more serious. At this point, he's just focusing on keeping everybody safe and learning the ways of the Force. That's his mission in this movie. Han Solo, consistent character, kind of. But he has a little bit of an evolution, too. In the first one, he was just in it for the money, and that was it. In this one, he does want to keep his friends safe, but he's also still hiding from Jabba, because Jabba still has a bounty on him. And so he's trying to hide from Jabba while hide from the Empire and keeping Leia and all of them safe. And Leia has grown as a leader. Sure, her planet Alderaan blew up and she's no longer a princess, but, you know, she is leading the Rebel Alliance and she is trying to keep everybody safe as well. Let's talk about Yoda, the mysterious Yoda, because, like I said, we haven't met Yoda yet. And when he gets to Dagobah, and I have to talk about Hoth and Dagobah for a minute. First, let's talk about Hoth. Hoth is a ice planet. There's snow everywhere. It's freezing cold. And I have to say, the cinematography in this movie is fucking beautiful. You can feel every atmosphere in this movie. Different planets have different atmospheres. And all of them work. All of them flow. When you're on Hoth, you're freezing cold just watching it. You can see the cold breaths coming out of like Han and Luke's mouth and stuff like that. When you get to Dagobah, you kind of get a little warm, you get sweaty, you feel sticky for some reason in all the wrong places. I know that sounds dirty, but that's what it was supposed to sound like. And then Cloud City. When you get to Cloud City and you meet Lando and all that, that's just a beautiful city and you're happy to be there with the characters. The mysterious Master Yoda. When we first meet Yoda, he's a jokester, but when Luke reveals that I'm looking for Master Yoda, and Yoda responds with, "Looking? Found someone, I would say, I can't do a Yoda impression. I'm not ever going to try that ever again. But, yeah, he's kind of joking around at first, and then he gets serious, be like... It kind of reminds me of Family Guy. Like the Family Guy Star Wars episode, something, 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 Dark Side. He's like, well, I'm not Yoda. Okay, I'm Yoda. Will you teach me the ways of the Force? No, I will not teach you the ways of the Force. Okay, I'll teach you the ways of the Force. That's pretty much how it went down in this movie. But I love it. And Yoda, you can tell, this dude is a veteran. And you find out that Yoda was actually Obi-Wan's master. Because Qui-Gon Jinn, no mention of him in this movie. In this movie, Master Yoda was his master. And, but anyway, he's very serious with Luke. He doesn't want Luke to follow the same path that another Jedi from the past has. More on that a little bit later. He's trying to keep Luke away from the dark side, but he doesn't want him to get himself killed either. So he wants to train him to be the best Jedi that he can be. And at first, Luke is all cocky and shit, like, yeah, I am going to be the best Jedi I can be. And then you learn, like, okay, Luke's not ready to go against Vader yet. He's not. He's just not ready. But he sees that Han and all of them have gotten into a mess on Cloud City, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So Luke decides to go off on his own. We have this big... well, it's not really that... That's the great thing about this movie. It's not a big-scale lightsaber battle. It's bigger than the Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader one in the first Star Wars movie. But this is the fight, spoiler alert, where Darth Vader reveals that he is Luke's father. Now, I wasn't around in 1980, but there was no internet, there was no Facebook, no Twitter, nothing like that. And could you imagine being alive in 1980? And maybe some of my viewers are a little bit older and were alive in 1980, but can you imagine being there in 1980, not having to worry about Empire Strikes Back getting spoiled for you with every post saying, Darth Vader is Luke's father? I'm going to take a day or two off of social media just to avoid the spoilers of Force Awakens because I don't want to be spoiled. By the time I film this video, I'm filming this video the night of the world premiere, and everybody's just coming out of it giving positive reviews and stuff like that. I can't wait to see it. But anyway, I have to take a couple days off of social media because that's just the day and age that we live in now, where I'm worried about being spoiled. 1980, we didn't have that problem. I say we like I was there. I wasn't there. They didn't have that problem. But, so, yeah, that I was a kid, that just blew my mind. I'm like, wait a minute. Darth Vader is Luke's father? How can this be? And then, of course, as you get older and stuff and you rewatch it, it all makes sense. But, yeah, I love Yoda. I love the introduction to Yoda. I do. Darth Vader, he's more pissed off in this movie. You do get a little glimpse of the Emperor. I was going to say the Empire. Of a glimpse of the Emperor. And let's just say that I didn't mind the change in this particular special edition. That's the thing. There's no, like, Greedo shooting first, or there's no added Jabba into this one. There's no big significant changes, as far as I can tell, into The Empire Strikes Back. Sure, a few shots are cleaned up a bit. They add a couple new creatures in there once in a while. Sound is a little bit better, but no significant changes from what I can tell, really, except like the two that I'm going to talk about. First off, having Ian McDiarmid be the Emperor when Darth Vader is talking to him on the knee pad, as I call it. I didn't mind that change. In fact, I actually prefer that one over the original one. I don't know, I guess it's a continuity thing for me. It's just, yeah, I just like the way that flowed a lot better. Another one I'll talk about is this character called Boba Fett, who is this bounty hunter, and he wants Han Solo bad. He wants to take Han Solo, bring him back to Jabba, and this is the other change that I have to talk about. The other big change in The Empire Strikes Back. Originally we had this guy, and I'm forgetting the actor who's playing him right at the top of my head right now. I call myself a Star Wars fan. What's going on? But he played Boba Fett in the original one. Well, in the special edition, you got the guy who played Jango Fett in Attack of the Clones to voice Boba Fett in this movie. I didn't mind that change. Like, I don't really necessarily prefer it, but that change doesn't really bother me, because when you think about it, Boba Fett is technically one of the clones. He is. He's a clone of Jango Fett. The clone troopers are clones of Jango Fett. So it would make sense that when Boba Fett's older, he sounds like Jango Fett. That kind of makes sense to me. That's why I don't really have that much of a problem with it. But either one I'm fine with. But yeah, let's talk about Lando, who's played by Billy D. Williams in this movie. And when you meet him, he's smooth and stuff like that. And then, spoiler alert, a lot of people say, I don't like Lando because he betrayed Han. Did he betray Han? My eyes, no, not really. Yeah, that wasn't the nice thing to do, but in reality, he was doing this to save his whole city. You know, Darth Vader put him in a position where it's either do this or I'm going to blow up your planet like I blew up Alderaan. And Lando knows that Darth Vader is, you know, shit gets real when Darth Vader's around. So he did what he had to do. I don't really blame Lando. I honestly don't even think Han blames Lando all that much. Sure, he did for a split second right when it happened, but it was a natural reaction. After that, you could tell that they're going to be able to work it out. And that's the thing about this movie is Lando, this is a spoiler-heavy review right here, but Lando gets frozen in carbonite, and they mention that they're going to take him to Jabba. And the great thing, when he's frozen, Leia turns to him and says the words, "I love you." And Han Solo goes, "I know." Best response to that ever. I'm not saying I would say it, but maybe I have. Maybe I will. But yeah, that's the thing. I do want to talk about not Luke and Leia, Han and Leia, because in the first one, yeah, they didn't really care about each other all that much. This one, they're bickering a lot. They're acting like they don't like each other, but you can clearly tell that these two are getting the hots for each other. And there's just points in this movie where Shia LaBeouf just randomly popped up and goes, "Just do it!" So, yeah, you are rooting for these guys to get together, but you kind of laugh when they bicker back and forth, and when Leia calls him a scruffy-looking nerf herder. Who's scruffy-looking? Laugh it up, fuzzball. Han Solo, consistent as gravity in this movie. Like I said, he does have a little bit of an evolution, but he's still the same old Han Solo that we know and love. And this movie, another thing about this movie, is it doesn't end on a happy note. First one at the end, they're getting medals and they're being honored and stuff like that. This movie does not end on a happy ending at all. Everything is shit when this movie ends, and I love it. Because you're like, I need to pop in the next one. Now, like I said, I wasn't alive when these movies had their theatrical run. I had the luxury of just popping in the next VHS tape when I wanted to watch it. But yeah, imagine ending like that, and then having to wait 3 more years until the next one. Holy shit. Yeah, Empire Strikes Back, for me, it's the best of the Star Wars movies by far. High A+, no doubt about it. What do you guys think of The Empire Strikes Back? Comment your thoughts on the movie down in the video below. Like the video, share, and subscribe. Just do it!